Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be showing everyone what I want to read for the booktubeathon. This is my first time joining in on the booktubeathon and I'm currently doing a readathon right now. The name is here and so far it's going okay. So I'm optimistic for the booktubeathon, so I look forward to it, and here are the books I will hopefully finish. So for the booktubeathon, I printed out the list so I have it so I can make sure I'm on track. And the booktubeathon goes from August 3rd to 9th. So number 1 is read a book that has a blue on the cover. And for this one, I have a lot of books with blue on it that I really want to read. But for this one, I ended up picking Magonia by Maria de Havana Headley. And I really want to read this one. It sounds really interesting and it's not that long, so hopefully this will only take me one day to read. So, hopefully. Number 2 is read a book by an author that shares the first letter of your last name. And I went through all my books and I only have one author that I can actually use for this. Kazune Kawahara. So this is like the only book that I have on my bookshelves that I could actually read. I was going to skip this one and then or go to the library, but I'll just reread this one. So high school debut, and it's a manga, so it'll be super fast to read. I've also read this like 10 times, so this one I'll be able to read in the same day as another book. Number 3 is read somebody else's favorite book. For this one, I'm choosing a book Alex just finished a bit ago and he really enjoyed it. I've also seen on YouTube a lot of people seemed to like this book, and it seems to be a lot of people's favorite book. And it is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. I'm not too sure what this is about. It's just set in the year 2044 and apparently it's really fun and nerdy and exciting. So yes, I will do a review of this one when I finish it. Number 4, read the last book you acquired. And this actually was in the readathon that I'm doing right now, so I've already read that book, so I'm just moving down the line. And I bought a bunch of books at the same time, but End of Days by Susan E. is one of the last few books that I purchased. And this one is the 3rd book in a trilogy about the apocalypse and angels destroying everything. So I look forward to finally completing the series. Number 5 is finish a book without letting go of it. And I have 2 days off during this readathon, I think. So on one of my days off, I will be reading. And the book I will not let go of is Fire and Flood by Victoria Scott. And this is my mother's book. I gave it to her for Mother's Day and she just had a gray hair sticking out of it, so thank you, Mom, for giving me a hair. So wonderful. It is now on my carpet. Yeah, so this one, it kind of reminded me of Hunger Games when I read the back of it, but she has to go through this contest to win a cure to save her brother. Number 6 is read a book that you really want to read, and I might actually be switching out this book for the last book just since this book is actually a bit smaller. And it is The Boy in the Striped Pajamas by John Bowen. The price tag on it. So I've seen this movie quite a few times. The first time I watched it was in grade 12 history, and when the teacher turned the lights back on, a lot of people were crying and everyone just looked so miserable. This movie was heartbreaking, and I feel like the story will be equally as heartbreaking. Number 7 is read 7 books. So highly unlikely that I'm going to read 7 books, but I picked 6 books out just in case somehow miraculously I actually read all those books in 6 days, that I have one extra day for a 7th book, if that is actually possible and happens. I really want to and really need to finish Golden Sun by Pierce Brown. For some reason, this book takes me so long to read. There's one weird thing about me. I can't read a series right after each other or else I get sick and tired of it. I start to hate it, which is kind of what happened with me and The Mortal Instruments. I read one right after another until I got to book 4 or 5, and then I just couldn't read it anymore. I just can't. I still haven't picked it up and it's been months. So I read the first one and I picked this one up right afterwards, which I shouldn't have done. I really need to give myself space in between each book. Don't know why. Alex thinks that's weird. So it's been too long since I read it. I kind of forget what happens, but I'll just give myself a refresher and it'll be fine. So these are the books that I think I might be able to read. I might combine some of them, but as of now I want to try and read all of these books. I'm really looking forward to this readathon. I'm actually going to try and participate in it because apparently there's daily videos that you can put out for contests and stuff. So I'm going to attempt to do all of them or just a couple of them, hopefully. Thank you for watching this video. If you are doing the booktubeathon, let me know, and also let me know what you're reading. That would be cool to see what other people are reading. And yeah, I look forward to this. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up or comment on it. And yes, so thank you. Bye.